Alright guys, so here I am going to show you my 2006 BRM cam out of my Volkswagen. So there's plenty of videos on this, but this is my cam at 135k. I bought this car with my wife around 85k. So I'm probably going to guess that the wrong oil was ran in it. This is one of those few cars that I truly do believe the oil makes a big difference in this. It is well discussed. Plenty of evidence supports it and other factors, but a lot of people blame the heat treating, the cam profile design, and the oiling for the car. So I believe those are all factors. I believe the cam profile probably isn't the best for this operation, and the fact that the oiling system, in my opinion and from what I've seen, tend to under oil the cam lobe to lifter contact surface. So this is my cam, like I said, 135k. I just was going to show these are two exhaust lifters, are great examples of the damage they have suffered. This one has a hole and is obviously deformed. Try to get my camera to focus a little bit. There we go. So this is the number 2, and this is not supposed to be dented. Now, all of the exhausts were dented. The first 2 had holes in them, and these are the intakes, which you can almost see the scarring from the cam on even the intake. But where it gets really interesting is on the exhaust lobe for the number 1. If you look down the cam here, you can see the scarring and how the cam has actually flattened. Light shining pretty hard. So there's the back side of the lobe. Primary. I believe so. Yes. I'm sitting here trying to think here. The lobe angle. Might have got that backwards. Also, the interesting thing is on the injector lobes show damage too. You can see that scarring there. Now I'm going to try to find it. The number 2 shows it too. And this is the exhaust for the number 2. Now you can see that damage there off the cam face, which if you look at the lobe, that is the number 2. And here's the number 4. And if you look, the cam has not even wore straight. Almost not there. You can see how it's got an angle to it. And this is worse on some. Don't think my camera's going to focus on that, but I tried. You can see it a little bit on the 2 there. You can really see it on the 1. If you look at the end of the lobe, you can see that it has a severe degradation on the lobe itself. Now this is just a great example of the BRM cam failure issues that you see. There have been far worse cam failures out there, but this is a great example. The only symptoms this currently showed was the car seemed to lack power towards the top upper band. That was just part of my experience, and my idle was inconsistent. Now, when my idle was inconsistent, what was interesting about that is I could plug in my Genesis OTC, run the car on the scan, and the injectors would constantly try to compensate each other for almost a misalignment on idle. Kind of interesting. I wonder where in the computer it sensed enough that it wanted to change the adjustments in there. But a lot of people have idle issues with it when these happen, and this is just my cam, my experience. I figured I'd just show it. Pretty decent, you know. It's a BRM cam. It's a better replacement in my opinion now than wait until I have the lifters completely fall apart. So there it is, BRM 2006 Jetta cam.